What's going on, guys? It's Eternal here. Today is day 4 of the free-to-play series, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different today, but it's a big part of the game, so if you've not guessed already, that is Clam Boss. The reason we're going to be doing this is because I've got to the mission where you need to deal 500,000 damage to the Demon Lord. Now, it doesn't specify what difficulty or anything like that, so it is just straight up 500,000 damage, and you don't need to get that in one key, so you can do that in 1, 2, 3, or even 4 keys if you need to. So there's no stress here. It's it's really easy. I've just got up to 7 sacred. I wish 7 ancient shards. Picking those up from the market, a few other places, missions, challenges, stuff like that. If you see them in the market, pick them up. Right, Clam Boss. Let's jump in. So my Clam Boss team is going to be, at the moment, Shield Guard, just because I don't have anything better. So I don't know. I'm trying the Relentless set on him just to see how that goes, because I think you get given a set early on, so I'm just trying that out. Kale, obviously, great poisoner. War Priest, a little bit of heal, attack up. War Maiden, and also Outlaw Monk. So this guy I'm hoping to try out, just see how he goes. I'm running an accuracy and a health set on him, the life set, just to try and boost up his HP and his survivability a little bit. So let's get into it. I'm going to be running Kale as lead for that increase ally HP in all battles by 15%. On the Clam Boss, you have to use all battle auras. If it's specific to somewhere or dungeons, anything like that, doesn't work. So that's very important. Okay, we're here in the Clam Boss. The Clam Boss has 3 different attacks. 2 of those are AoE, 1 of those is single target, and that is a stun. And you will see all of those as we go. So I'm going to try and get my poisons on there. Unfortunately, I only got 1. Attack up. Okay. Good to try and get the defense down on there. Didn't proc. No worries. And got those 2 poisons there. That's great. So I'm just going to play through this a little bit. You saw there the first AoE from the Clam Boss. I can actually heal the little Outlaw Monk up. Okay, so this isn't going great, but you can see these poisons up here. They are going to tick for damage, see? So you've got the 2.5 and the 5% poisons ticking for damage there. And that will be the majority. See, there's another stack on there. That will be the majority of your damage for this battle, particularly early on. HP burns and poisons are fantastic early on. I mean, they're great late game too, but early on you're going to really notice that they ramp your damage up. So let's try and get a few more on there before we die. And resisted. So that resist, that means my accuracy is not high enough to land the debuff, and I've actually failed the internal accuracy check. Pop a heal on Kale, see if it makes a difference. So I'm not hoping, well, I'm hoping to hit a lot, but I'm not expecting to hit a lot on this boss at this point. Although, see, resisted. Sucks. You can also play this on auto if you like. Try the attack up. Okay, there's the single target stun. But let's see if I can get that 500k. Let's see if I can. I've been okay with the poisons. So again, not too bad. I think I'm gonna die now. Yeah. Anyway, 503k. That is absolutely perfect. So that is the mission complete with 1 key. So that's great. You can see you've got these rewards here. So if I'm hitting 500k twice, I am not going to make this last chest here on the easy. It's going to be the Adept. So as you can see, I made that 500k, so that is great because it means my mission is done. Boom. Awesome. And I can move on to the next mission now. So I just wanted to do a really short video on the Clam Boss, particularly for early game. The things that you're going to be looking out for, the stats, the debuffs, you're going to be looking for an attack down champion. This is moving into a little bit later on. Obviously early game you're really just trying to get those poisons on there. If you have an attack down champion, a defense down, a weaken, these are fantastic, and you want the higher versions of those. So you want the 25% weaken, not the 15, and you want the 60% defense down, not the 30. Other things that can help are buffs, so things such as heals. Continuous heals can be quite good. Let's have a look at a champion that's got some of these. So if we go to Lizardmen, so an example would be, let's go a little bit more budget and go Bog Walker. So here we have attack all enemies and then place a 30% increase defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. This is quite good. Now, because he is force, he's not going to do well on the spirit boss, the clan boss. So when it drops to 50%, the clan boss starts at void and then goes to one of the 3 affinities. So it's important to know that you're going to be at a potential affinity disadvantage or advantage, or say if it hits magic and you've only got magic champions in your team, then obviously it's just going to be like hitting void, there's no difference there. But there are some really great clan boss characters. I'm just going to pick out a few of my favourites. And I'm going to pick out some rares, some really great rares. There's no one particularly worthy of noting in the Bannerlords. High Elves, again, no one particularly noteworthy apart from Apothecary. This guy is fantastic. He's got a heal, he's got a speed and turn meter boost. He's very useful early game. He's arguably one of the top 3 rares in my opinion. He's fantastic. Okay, let's check out who else we've got. Thor. Now she is good because she has the larger 25% weaken. This is fantastic on Clam Boss. It's a really nice addition. So if you chose her for your starter or you pull her from a shard, fantastic. You'll have a great time with her, I'm sure. Another character in the Sacred Order that is a fantastic rare is Mother Superior. So she is a pretty new addition to the game. Check out her ratings. 4.8 on Clam Boss, and you'll see why now. So her A1 has a 35% chance of placing a 25%, so that's the smaller version of the decreased attack buff for 2 turns. That's fantastic. That's really nice on an A1. Kind of budget, but that's fine. Her A2, Fill with Blessing, heals all allies by 30% of this champion's max HP, which that's what we're looking for rather than their HP. Places a shield buff equal to any surplus heal for 2 turns if the target is fully healed by this skill. So if you fully heal the target with this, they're going to gain a shield also. So this is really nice. If you can build her with really high HP, awesome. She also has a speed aura for all battles, so we're looking for that in the Clam Boss, so she's a really great character. And then Brim with Life, place a 7.5 continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. Places a shield buff equal to 10% of the target's HP on all allies for 2 turns if an ally's HP is full. The wording is a little bit confusing on there, but basically there is a potential to place a second shield on there. So she is a really fantastic champion. She's not one I've tried yet or I've pulled, so I've not really had the ability to test her out, but I think she could be a really great Clan Boss character. Next up, Barbarians. So the champions here are not fantastic. Barbarians are not typically great. One that does stand out a little bit for me would be War Maiden. So she has the decreased defense and that 2.5% poison. I think she's a fantastic character. She's not somebody that I used a lot on my main account, but she is certainly somebody that I'm going to be using a lot on this account. Okay, Ogre Tribe, rares. These guys don't stand out a lot to me. Bellower is a potential, I guess, for that decrease attack and decrease defense, but that's on a 5 turn, 4 turn booked, so he's not, in my eyes, really a Clan Boss character. Lizardman. So, like I mentioned, we have Bog Walker. He has an attack down, the big attack down as well. He does ideally need to be booked though to get that to a point where that's really going to make a difference. However, I wouldn't recommend booking Bog Walker before somebody like Kale, who's going to be your campaign farmer and somebody that you're going to be using for quite a while, hopefully. Skinwalkers, I don't think there is anybody in here off the top of my head that particularly stands out. Okay, Orcs. You've got the big one, which is Veteran. Now he's actually my attack down on my main account currently because I haven't pulled anyone better yet. The issue with Veteran is if you're running it on auto, he will use his blocks buff. Now, this is a little bit annoying if you're near that 10 debuff cap, because the Clam Boss can only have 10 debuffs on it at any one time. The only time where this block buffs can be handy on the Clam Boss is when it drops below 50% and it starts buffing its attack. It can be quite nice there. Another mention is Galek. I like his decreased defense. Kind of handy for Clam Boss. He is not, however, a super strong character for Clam Boss, so he's really only going to be useful, I would say, probably early game. Next up is Demon Spawn. There's nobody off the top of my head that I'm aware of that I would like to use in Clam Boss. I guess early game Diabolist could be potentially useful with the fill turn meter and the increased speed buff, but she's like a really poor man's apothecary. I don't think I would try to use her. I certainly wouldn't be, looking to use her. Undead. Nobody off the top of my head that's really top tier for Clam Boss. Dark Elves. Okay, so you've obviously got Kale. He's absolutely fantastic. We know about him. A potential is Coldheart if you pull her. She's got some nice damage on her Heartseeker early game, but she's not really a Clam Boss character just because she's so squishy. So while she could be usable and she can place a 5% poison if the heal reduction is on there, she's not somebody that I would be really hoping to get into Clam Boss. Painkeeper is an option. This is due to healing and decreasing the cooldown of ally skills. So she has some uses. Again, handy, but not an essential for Clam Boss. Let's have a look. Night Revenant. Executioner would be cool if it was like the whole team, but obviously on 3 turns that might be a bit much. Increased defense and attack could be nice on Thurgist. Again, turn meter boost, so maybe she could be useful. Okay, next up is Dwarfs. The Dwarfs actually have a really cool Clam Boss character, and he is Bulwark. So he is the only rare, and as far as I'm aware, I don't think any epics can do this either. He's like a really budget warlord in the sense that he can increase the duration of debuffs on the attacker. This is hands down amazing for Clam Boss. If I pull a Bulwark on my free-to-play account, this will be amazing. He will be a straight up great addition to my team. I'm currently trying him on my main account, and I'm really liking the results that I've seen. He's actually boosting my damage up to the point where I'm hopefully going to be consistently running Nightmare. So I've been on Brutal for a long time, but I'm hoping to move up and 3-key Nightmare consistently. So I'm hoping he's going to allow me to do that in the very near future. But he has the smaller weaken, so if you don't have anyone with a weaken, he's great. He also places a HP burn. Now, it's worth noting that rares, I know on HP burn for sure, and I'm maybe for poison too, they don't do as much damage as the higher tiers, like the epics and the legendaries. So there is actually a cap on this damage versus, say, Venus or somebody who can HP burn also. But it's this punishing defenses that you really want him for. So he is an amazing Clam Boss character for a free-to-play account, and I would definitely recommend him. Whilst this is extended duration of all debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn when attacked rather than when you're attacking, so characters like Septimus and Warlord are obviously better. But Bulwark is a rare. He is a void, so he is more difficult to pull, and I appreciate that. But he's personally one of my favourite budget characters, and there are people out there who have done some fantastic videos and shown what he can do. So yeah, if you pull a Bulwark, he's going to be great in Clam Boss. I think early game all the way up to late game, unless you're pulling something better like you know, a Septimus or a Warlord. So I was just taking another look through the Dwarfs, and as well as Bulwark, there's somebody else here that I think could be a decent addition to an early game or budget Clam Boss team, and that is Runic Warder. Now he looks kind of strange, I think personally. He's kind of cool but kind of weird. He's looking very kind of square with this shield, like very kind of, you know, pointy edged, but kind of cool too. Not sure what I think of his axe and this kind of that grip there. That's kind of that's kind of non-existent, and you know, the floating shield, but whatever. So the reason that he's kind of cool is because of his superior steel. Now this is his A2, and it does have a 3-turn cooldown, but attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. So this is the big decrease attack. This is awesome. Whilst it doesn't have 100% uptime, it is still good, particularly for free to play or early game. And as well as this, you've got a 15% reflect damage and the small continuous heal is 7.5% on all allies. So I quite like this. His A1 isn't particularly special. His stats are not amazing, but he's HP based, so his HP is quite high. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for this. If I pull him, I think I'll be giving him a go. I'm not sure what his ratings are like. 4.5 on Clam Boss, so you know, he's not amazing, but it's kind of respectable. So Runic Warder is another one to look out for in the Dwarf faction for Clam Boss. So if you pull any of those rares, they're going to help you quite a lot in Clam Boss, hopefully. So some of those characters, such as Aethel, are really going to rely on that Giant Slayer to boost her damage. But for the early game, don't worry about that too much. That's something that you can look into later on, and I'll discuss a little bit more. But for now, everything that I had to say. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them below. I just wanted to get out you know, an early game short Clam Boss video with a little bit of gameplay, just so you guys have an idea of what's going on. Well, thanks for watching, and take care.